I tend to just feel sad. Wall of just buildings, and there's very little in the way of views. You know, it's just this big block. My husband and I were talking about it yesterday as we drove through it, and said it felt a bit like a prison. You know, it's just this big, intimidating block. I always think of it as being sort of full of the tower blocks and the big roundabouts. It's really hard to communicate with the kids because there's so much traffic noise. Talking to another adult on the same height as you wouldn't have an issue with the noise on the street, is because you're trying to get down to young children. At the back end of East Street, this end of East Street, is still quite run down. So what's really strange is it's a yuppie block of flats that's gone up, and it's all very posh, and you know it's full of sort of these young couples without kids, and directly opposite it there's this really grotty brothel. I do find the racial and social segregation peculiar. There's definitely huge pockets of deprivation in Bristol. Most of the areas that you see are very white, and then you come into pockets where there's other racial mixes around, and I just find that really strange. And around here there's lots and lots of different colours on the streets and languages on the streets, and within in this children's centre as well, and I think that's a very positive thing. You've basically got, you cross over and come here and you've got the children's centre up here, you got that way, you've got the church and the whole city centre just here, which is obviously really nice to have so close. And then you've got the river. It's a really nice, comforting thing to have that route. And I don't think I'd have said that before I had children. I mean, everything I'm saying to you is very different living life with children, because you're living life on a physically a much lower level, because you're always getting down to their level to talk to them. And you're much more aware of things like cars coming up on pavements. It bothers you much more with kids because you've got to mind their safety. I don't know if you know Windmill Hill City Farm, which is just round the corner near Asda, and that's a fantastic resource to have locally as well, because it's an urban farm and the kids love it, and that's probably the nearest thing that I really like here.
It's one of the best farms, it's one of the clean farms. Well, I'm a volunteer down here, right? I've been doing about 12 years, volunteer. And the farm is one of the cleanest and the best farms.
My favourite place near here is the park. I mean, they love running around corners and hiding from me, and if there's a ramp, they'll go up the ramp and I'll go around the other side, and those sort of little things, and they make a huge difference to the quality of the journey. There's little adventures like that for them. We came back from travelling and chose to live in Bristol because of where it was and the countryside around it, and I always feel really excited to live there and really happy, and love going through the park. I just feel really lucky pleased for the children that can be their commute to school every morning. It's really nice for you and for them.